So here it is. This is my first Matcha Cat draft, if you will. I'm saying draft because I'm not satisfied with the outcome. It is cute, don't get me wrong. It is super cute, but I envisioned something else. The tail is missing. I feel like the tail would make a huge difference though, but I'm still not satisfied, so I'm probably going to sit down and illustrate another one and try to make another draft just so that I'm fully satisfied. With pattern testing, for me it's either I'm having something in mind and I'm executing it perfectly and it's like the cutest thing I've ever done, or like in this case, yesterday when I was at the lake, I got the idea of a matcha cat and I was like, okay, that's the cutest idea ever. But I didn't know like what shape the cat should have, like what size, what shape, and blah blah blah. And I just started crocheting because I was so invested, and sometimes that's just a mistake because I feel like sometimes it's better to illustrate out your idea first to see what the shape is going to be. I did kind of illustrate it out. I will insert it here. I just scribbled it with my fingers on my notes in my iPhone. But yeah, I don't know. That's what happens if you do so. So I will probably sit down and illustrate another one and try to execute another one. Maybe a sleepy one, a laying down one, and then with the coffee or like the matcha cup on top of its head. I feel like that could be super cute also, but I don't know. I'll see what I come up with. Oh, and if you don't know me yet, my name is Janina. I'm a crochet artist and small business owner, and I'm designing my own crochet patterns, which are mostly low or no sew and super beginner friendly. On YouTube, I mostly do vlogs. I'm doing weekly vlogs and I'm talking about my crochet business and what I'm doing like day by day, and also taking you with me on my private life a little bit. If this sounds intriguing to you, I'm happy that you found my small channel. You're on the right place. Let's crochet something. So you've seen it, I actually made a completely new Matcha Cat. I'm so much more in love with the outcome, and here it is. So this is her. It's like a sleepy version and she's super like small. That's what I wanted initially because I'm usually designing small patterns because I want them to be done like quickly, and yeah, I don't know, I love small projects, crochet projects, and market prep friendly patterns. So this is what I came up with now, and here's the matcha. I didn't want to sew it on just because like I don't know, you can sew it on, you can leave it off, and I, for taking photos and stuff, just want to leave it like this. But this is her, and like the matcha is on top of her back and she is so cute, I love her. But even like this, now she's no sew, which is a great advantage in my opinion. And yeah, this is her from the other side, and she's just super chunky and cute. Let me know in the comments what you think about her. You guys, I sat down and this cat that you've seen already is so fast to crochet, and sorry for the sound, I forgot my microphone in the office and I'm too lazy to get it. Shame on me. The cat is so fast to crochet. I feel like 20 to 25 minutes if you're a slow crocheter, maybe 30 minutes if you know the pattern already. As it's so fast, I decided to make 2 more because this is like my cute little matcha loaf cat. And I've decided to call it Loaf Cat because it's like loafing, like you can't see any feet, so it's like a little loaf cat laying down. So I also made a hot chocolate loaf cat and a vanilla chai loaf cat, and all together they are looking so freaking adorable. Look at them. They're giving me everything. Like, they are the cutest, and from the top they are like the cutest also. They are so thick and chunky and cute and loafy. I really love them. I am super happy with the pattern. I'm so happy that I gave it a second attempt. And sometimes you just really, I was kind of not in a good mood yesterday after I crocheted the first version of my Matcha Cat. And I just really kind of let that bring me down. And I feel like, yeah, that happens, but you just have to get a second attempt. And sometimes this is the plushie you will come up with. And I'm really happy with it now. It's no-sew. As I said, it's super quick to make, so it's completely my style. The other pattern had a little bit more of sewing, and this pattern now really is my style, and it's quick and no-sew, and I love it. Let me know in the comments how you like it. I know I said it already, but yeah, I'm super proud of it. I'm happy, and yeah. By the way, I ordered myself a new camera. I ordered the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 because I saw it, like Crochet by Jenna has one, Uncomfy has one. I don't know, I will link them here. And I'm filming on my iPhone. I love the quality. The thing is that you cannot see yourself ever, even if you like, I'm filming the front camera right now, so I'm seeing myself. But usually when I want the quality to be good and I'm filming with my usual camera, I cannot see myself, and that's just hard to get the camera angles right and everything. I use my Apple Watch for it. You might see this sometimes when I'm just like, when you see my Apple Watch like this, you can see I'm seeing myself. But it's just, I feel like the new camera will make my life easier. So I ordered it and I'm pretty happy it will arrive, I feel like, on Wednesday. Yeah, I will let you guys know as soon as it arrives and I will unpack it with you, and I'm super excited for it. It's here. I decided to get a vlogging camera just because I'm filming with my iPhone right now. The only way I can see myself is through this Apple Watch. And yeah, I don't know, this sometimes means that I'm not in focus, or like that quality gets lost, and I just don't want that anymore. So I've ordered the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And this is her, you've seen her already. And I actually ordered the whole creator kit. So I have the microphone that comes with it, like there is a portable battery, we have a mini tripod, another like handle thingy, and like everything is in here, which is great. A wide angle lens I also do have. So yeah, I decided to get the creator combo just because I knew that I was going to need all of this, and I will switch to the camera right now so we can see what the difference will be. We all play our part. Go out now. Be good. Be fine. Okay, so I'm now using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and what I'm actually don't like, I have face tracking on, which I love. Like I can move around now and the camera will just follow me, which is amazing. But what I definitely don't love is like that there is so much space above my head. I don't know if that is something that should be like that. In my opinion, I would love the crop to be right here. But that is something I actually hate with new technical equipment. I hate to get into it. I would love to use it like, yeah. I would love to use it from the first second, like I would have used it for years. I feel like everybody does that. And I'm not using the microphone because I feel like it's empty. Okay, no, it's not. I hope the sound is good. I have now the microphone connected, which is great. And yeah, I don't know, I really love the camera. I hope the quality is as good as I think it is, but I think it will be because, like, of course I had a look up front how the quality will be, and I will just stop that recording. We'll try it without the face tracking. I'm sorry, but bear with me while I'm using or like trying the camera. But yeah, this would actually be a setting that I really enjoy from like the, you know, the frame. So yeah, but I won't bore you anymore with this camera. I will maybe make some shots of my flat later when the sun is hitting it just right. But for now, I just wanted to show you this. Oh, and maybe, bear with me. This is the granny square I crocheted yesterday, and yeah, I don't know. It just was laying there, so I wanted to show it to you. The granny square blanket is coming along beautifully. Yay! Totally forgot. I definitely need to show you the wide angle lens. Okay, so it's just that little lens and it will magnetically pop onto the thingy. So let's try it. Okay, so now I'm further away. I think it's not making the biggest of a difference, but it's still kind of nice. I hope I'm not using it the wrong way. But I think it only has the magnets on one side, yeah. But yeah, this is it. This is the camera. I'm super excited. I decided to put the crochet work aside for this day because we had 31 degrees Celsius outside here in Germany, and it wasn't much better in our house because like the window front is so large, as you can see. I quickly tackled all of my chores, like tidying up the living room because all of the yarn was lying around, and making the bed, because actually we're making the bed every day because it feels so much nicer to go into a bed at night that is made than one that isn't. And after I finished that chore, I could finally go outside and grab my bike. By the way, it's an e-bike because I hate riding bicycles so much. But with an e-bike, it's actually so much fun because like you are pretty fast and the heat doesn't feel as warm anymore. Like all the wind in your hair and in your face, and it just feels amazing on such days. And I went visiting my mom and her husband because they have like a beautiful backyard, as you can see, and this is like the only way you can survive those days. And I mean, look how I'm looking like from the wind and from the heat, and they do have a pool, which is like the best thing. So I went in the pool and got myself wet, and yeah, I just let the water tackle the heat and made me feel better. And also I love reading on such days, and yeah, that was actually how I spent the rest of my day. I just finished filming a reel for an advertisement for a knitting light, actually the Lumos knitting light, and I had the honor to make a advertisement campaign for them on my reels and my stories. So this is what I just did. I will play the reel after this clip has finished, just so you can see what like my work looks like, and I will post this on Instagram tonight probably. And yeah, I don't know, it's been a pretty busy social media afternoon because I also cut this reel, and yeah, I don't know, I love making social media content. Actually, I really love it. I have to be in the mood though, because I don't love it every day. I just love it most of the time. And all I can say so far about the DJ Osmo Pocket 3 is that I love it. I really love it. Filming this reel, this advertisement reel, has been so easy, so much easier than with the phone, just because you can connect it to your phone. It's super lightweight. It's easier to like use the gimbal and like to have you in focus. You don't have to have the angle of the phone, you know what I mean? It was so easy and I love it so much. If you've tried to crochet in a darker environment, you might have struggled with being able to see your stitches, just like me here. It doesn't even have to be nighttime or super dark outside. On darker or gloomy days, or even when crocheting with dark yarn, it's often the same. I just recently stumbled across this amazing gadget which solves all of my problems perfectly. This is the Lumos knitting light. It's a neck-worn, super lightweight light that brightens every stitch. Just slip it on and let the powerful LEDs illuminate your work. It even has different settings. You can adjust your light to be cool or warm just by clicking the buttons. If you're as intrigued as I am, get your Lumos now and crochet without any compromises. Comment Lumos and I'll send you a link where you can get 25% off. You guys, I crocheted a new pattern trio last night. A bit earlier yesterday I found out, or like I saw, or like I recognized that everybody is starting to put out autumn or Halloween patterns on Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, is it time already? I mean, it's August, so yeah, of course it's time, because like the patterns have to be prepared, and like then all the crocheters want to crochet them for the holidays. So yeah, it's time. And I've waited for this so long because I have a million ideas. I immediately got to start working on my first pattern trio, and I wanted to do 4 collectibles, like the things where you would go into the woods and collect pieces. Those are like super cool childhood memories for me when you like went and collected Buckeyes. I hope I pronounce this right. In Germany it's Kastanien, but I googled it, and chestnut I feel like is the thing you can eat, and I feel like Buckeye should be the one that you collect. So like collecting Buckeyes was so cool when I was a child, collecting pine cones and collecting acorns. So those 3 things were things I crocheted last night. And for the last pattern, the pine cone, I actually ran out of yarn, of like my brown yarn that I used for the whole trio, and it was my last skein. So I played a bit of yarn chicken, but eventually I had enough and I won, which was great because otherwise I wouldn't have known what I would have done. So yeah, great, I won the yarn chicken. Also, I haven't had enough stuffing, so like when I went to the couch and was chillaxing and just freehanding my new patterns, I grabbed some stuffing up front and bring it with me. And when I sat here and crocheted those 3 patterns, I ran out of stuffing and I was too lazy to get new stuffing. So I took my first Buckeye that I made and that I wasn't satisfied with it because I forgot the beige part, like the bottom part of the Buckeye. I used that to also stuff my Pinecone, which is so funny. You can use literally everything that's soft to stuff your plushies, I feel like. But yeah, this is my trio now. And as I said, it's an acorn, a mini acorn. It's all mini, it's all no-sew. It's a mini acorn, it's mini Buckeyes. You can do like super many varieties of Buckeyes that you want. You can make the beige part bigger. You can make like the trough, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, like the little hole thingy that like shapes the Buckeye, because like not all the Buckeyes are like perfectly round. Some of them have like those moles, troughs. I googled it and it says it should be troughs. And you can do like those troughs wherever you like, or like make perfectly round, make ones that have more of a beige part, and like you can make a bunch of Buckeyes and then you can like have them as you would have collected them when you were a child. And of course I made the shell around them, and yeah, I don't know. I love the acorn. It's one that you can take the head off. It's not sewn on, it's not crocheted in, it's just like you can take it off, which I love. I could have made it, of course, like a whole plushie, but I wanted it to be taken off because I had like the Buckeye first and the shell was like just surrounding the Buckeye as well. So I wanted to have like a similarity going through the trio pattern bundle. So yeah, this is what I did yesterday. I'm super proud of it. I love the bundle and it's my first one for this season of autumn. So I'm pretty excited. The next idea I actually want to tackle is a mini bed, like mini, I'm saying this size maybe. And then I want to do a larger bed, which is still a small, but I want to do like a 2-in-1 size bed pattern, which is no-sew for the small one and low-sew for the large one. So yeah, I will tackle that probably tonight because I'm super excited. I don't want to hustle through too much again, but I will probably go through that tonight. Oh, and my hand is not injured. It's just like the thing that I showed you from where I fell off the bicycle. But I went climbing today, so I wanted this to be protected and like not open on like everything I touch, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is that. And now I'm heading off to have a nice afternoon, and probably I'm going to crochet my bed later. If you're still with me, by the way, thank you so much for watching. The vlog is nearly over actually, but I quickly want to tell you guys what I did yesterday, because yesterday morning I prepared the release for my fairy turtle pattern and it has been released. I already sold a few copies, which always makes me super happy because you guys seem to like it. It's, by the way, my August free pattern for the single and double crochet tier on my Patreon. So my patrons are getting the fairy turtle for free also. If you've been thinking about getting the fairy turtle yourself or joining my Patreon, now's the time for you, by the way, because as I said, it's a free pattern for August. And by the way, I've counted yesterday and I have 19 free pattern posts, over 100 posts on my Patreon in total. So there are a lot of benefits over there. So feel free to check this out. It's linked in the description box below. And then yesterday morning I decided something, and it was a bad decision because like it took me 6 hours of work yesterday. I decided that my Etsy product photos needed to be updated. And I have like over 100 listings, I think, on Etsy. So this took me a while. And the reason why I wanted to change them is actually just that when you go on the Etsy app with your phone, the ratio of the images is like not a square. I don't know the ratio exactly, but it's like this. It's like not a square. And I always had a square ratio. But when you go like on your browser or anywhere else, there's usually squares. So now I made a square, and the actual information of the pattern is within this little like ratio that looks like this. So this is what I did yesterday, and it took me ages, and I'm so happy that I did it because now everything looks super cohesive and nice again, and within my brand look that I have at the moment. So I'm super happy with how it turned out. And yeah, I talked enough, I feel like. This actually is the last bit that I will film of the vlog. I'm really happy that you stayed with me until now. If you did so, you probably liked the kind of video, so please don't forget to like this video and maybe subscribe to my channel because I'm putting out weekly vlogs, and yeah, I would love to have you here in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!